Hello, today I'm installing the speedometer in my Ranger 330V. I've got the gauge installed, and what I am doing here is installing the pickup tubing. The set of gauges that I got, which is Sierra, actually got the best price at Walmart for $120 for the set of gauges. It came with a pickup where your tube goes on here, mounts to the transom. But I'm wanting to minimize the number of holes drilled into my transom, of course, and my Mercury 135 Black Max has a pickup built in to the lower unit. So what I'm doing is I'm running the tubing up to the speedometer, and to do that you have to run that through the side of the boat. The best way that I found to do that, I took what they call some fish sticks made by Klein Tools, and I ran it through the side and underneath of the boat like this, and shoved it all the way back through. And once I got it to the back of the boat, I grabbed the plastic coil, used some electrical tape, and pulled it up to my gauge. Now that I've done that, I'm running this through the Mercury Black Max. Here's my black tubing for the speedometer pickup. And I've run it through the motor. It actually goes through the shift shaft. And I found a place on the motor for it to go through here. And I've used my mechanic wire to pull it and route it through. And I'm going to take this mechanic wire and put it up through the shift shaft tubing and pull it down here through the lower unit, and then I'm going to connect it to the lower unit. And there's a little space right in here. You can see where I've mounted the tubing and pulled it through the motor. It's a pretty tight spot. I was able to use this mechanic wire to stick it up there and then fish it through. And then now I'm going to shove this wire down in here through the tube and feed it through the bottom. Okay, I ran mechanics wire up through the bottom, through the shift shaft tubing, and I'm going to pull this speedometer pickup tube down through. And a good way that I've decided or found to do this is make a little hook with the end of the wire with a little jet out on the end, and that way when I shove the tubing on there, that little hook on the end will kind of pull the tubing and holds onto it pretty good, so I can have a good grip on it when I pull it. Now that I've got my tubing ran down through the motor, I'm going to hook it up to the pickup that's on the lower unit. Okay, we're going to reinstall the lower unit with the new water pump impeller and upper housing on my Mercury 135 Black Max. What I went ahead and did is put a little grease here on the upper splines where they go into the motor, and then also on the water tube. Got my speedometer pickup tube installed, and now we're going to install it in the motor. Got one bolt that goes up in here, and that one is a 9/16.